ba 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 da ba 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 do ba ch ch ba da ba da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 do ba 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 do ba 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 da ba da ba da ba do da ba ba da ba da be de de ba ba da ba da be ba ba do do ba ba de ba da ba. In 1942, Dizzy Gillespie came up with A Night in Tunisia. Since he's a jazz player, I doubt that Dizzy came to a piece of paper or went to a piece of paper and started writing things down. The tune, the idea, was in his head. And from the thought, the pattern of sounds and rhythms that were in his head, he crafted one of the jazz standards that we look to as a great piece of music. The same idea that Dizzy had, a rhythm, a melody, a melodic fragment, a pattern, is in your brain and my brain, and is in children's brains. I was trying to prepare for a college class, and I asked some students to arrange an instrument to be in a certain note pattern, a pattern of notes. Having completed that task, Matthew took it upon himself to create a little pattern that you'll hear throughout the rest of this video. It's an ostinato pattern. What's striking about the pattern is, one, it's in a duple meter. Without me asking him to write in duple meter or create or think, I should really say, in duple meter, it's in duple meter. And not only is it in duple meter, it's in a 4-bar phrase. 2 short patterns go up, 2 come down. And what's even more striking is that there is a large hole of rest before the pattern repeats. This is all coming out of Matthew's mind. I'm not having to teach him anything, and I shouldn't. If Matthew already commands those intellectual musical skills, my job then is to embellish what he knows. Otherwise, I'm recreating the wheel. So I'm asking my college students, who are going to come in right after this, to embellish what Matthew gives them. And here's what they came up with. Anybody else? Nobody else? Nobody else? That's it? You're done? Casey, you don't have anything? You don't have anything to add? All that I find hard to believe. Vanya, do you have nothing to add? Yeah, you do. Come on. Michael, you have nothing to add? I see a bunch of tuned instruments over here as well. one of the things about working with children is that you really never know what's going on in their minds. Either there's not enough time, or we're not interested maybe, or they're not interested in sharing with us. But what's going on in their mind is important because that's what we're trying to rewire. So let's find out what Matthew thought about the whole experience.
So Matthew, come here. What did you think?
I thought it was pretty cool. My favorite instrument that was played would probably be the trumpet.
Yeah? What else did you notice?
Well, they listened to me play and they came up with their own ways to make it sound really good.
If you've been around children, you know that if nothing else, they are honest. Listen to what Matthew said. The idea that the adults in the room are listening to him, that his voice, even a voice expressed in a musical way, not necessarily in a vocal way as in verbs, his voice, his musical voice, is heard. Education must be based on solidarity. We are all in the same boat. We're all musicians. We're moving in the same direction. Community and reciprocity. There is respect. Solidarity, community, and reciprocity.
Well, they listened to me play and they came up with their own ways to make it sound really good.
Isn't that interesting? They listen to you. That's cool. Anything else?
Well, I hope I can play that again one day.
Your music? Okay. Thank you much.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Notice that Matthew chose the words, "They listened to me play and they made it sound really good." Matthew knew that they were adding their musical intelligence to his music. And this is something that we can bring to children on a daily basis. How is the musician in front of them adding to what they can already do by themselves? As we finish this particular video, I want to highlight a couple things. First of all, Matthew had something in mind. He expressed it with the tubes, and I took the opportunity to use that as the start of something bigger than his idea. Notice that the adults chose to do different things with his idea. One chose a question and answer format. One chose a complementary format. And then there were others that I didn't talk about, but I'm sure you heard. It is pedagogically appropriate to begin a conversation about, say, question and answer, an antecedent and a consequent from that context. Matthew plays his thing, the trumpet player plays his thing. Back and forth and back and forth. So a lesson about antecedent, consequent, question and answer evolves, I should say, out of the context of making music. On another day, at another time, the conversation could evolve to that complementary idea that the young man was playing. He was a young man, was playing on the boomwhackers. What I'm trying to convey to you is the fact that if you'll allow yourself the freedom to listen to what's going on around you, there are so many different things you can cover in your classroom. And the neat thing about the whole process is the face, Matthew's face. He was gladdened by the opportunity to share. And that will probably resonate with him longer than anything else.